But for now, Lily's here. So Lily, you've been tracking the forecast. How's it looking at the moment?
Well, the eye of the storm is almost with us and it will bring rain, but the main impact, of course, is the wind. And we can see that centre of the storm here. So gusts, which you can see on the colours here, those are in the region of around 90 miles per hour, maybe even 100 miles an hour, as shown by that greeny colour there from the southwest. After midnight, the winds will switch round to a northwesterly direction and still very strong, severe gale force.
Yeah, so just remind us of the warnings that are in place at the moment.
Well, as Alex said, a red wind warning is in place, and that's because of the storm force 10 winds forecasting. That is actually one force less than Kieran, which was a force 11. But once we get to this wind strength, it's disruptive, and that's why the advice is stay inside. Over the water, the shipping area that's around us, the wind's even stronger, more like a violent storm force 11. And if we look at the water further afield between us and the UK, possibly even hurricane force 12, what that means is some very big waves and the risk of coastal flooding. So no surprises, also a tide warning in place and the message, stay away from the coast.
Absolutely. Thank you very much indeed for that. And well, Lily is back with us now as Storm Greta, and it's presumably building and building from this point onwards. Where are we at the moment?
Well, I have just got off the phone with Jersey Met, so we've got really the most up-to-date information, and already the winds have reached a gale force 8 average. So ordinarily that would be very strong, and they're only going to build. That's in the last hour or so. The winds have already been increasing, and I think that is the message here. Speaking to forecasters from the UK, they were saying this isn't an ordinary storm. Even for the Channel Islands, even in winter, it is very strong. So do stay inside, stay away from the coast, and keep an eye on the latest forecast. Here's all the details for you now. Well, we are entering the period now of those strongest disruptive winds as Storm Greta is over us. Storm force 10 is the average wind speed, with gusts of around 90, maybe even 100 miles an hour. And the peak of those strong winds really from around now between 7 p.m. and midnight. So the storm has been out in the Atlantic, driven along by the jet stream. You can see that's these orange colours here, a fast ribbon of air high up in the atmosphere. And this is what's caused the storm to rapidly deepen as it heads towards us. That means basically get stronger. So this is the picture now. Greta is over us with strong southwesterly winds affecting us between now and midnight. You can see also the UK getting some strong winds too. As we head through the night, the winds will start to shift to a more northwesterly direction. And after midnight, we've still got a severe gale force winds for a time, but they're just starting to drop down. By Friday, our winds more in the region of strong force 7, where we'll be through those most damaging winds. So looking at that in detail, you can see there's a lot of rain accompanying this, peaking probably around 9 p.m. tonight. We've got those gusts of 90 miles an hour from the southwest. The winds after midnight shifting to the northwest, still pretty severe for a few hours, but by dawn we are in the region of more like a strong force 7, and that is where the winds will stay at tomorrow. So ordinarily quite a breezy day, but tomorrow more in line with what we'd expect for winter blustery conditions. We're through those very disruptive storm winds by then. Elsewise tomorrow, a picture of sunshine and some showers. Check on those times of high water between 10 and 11 tomorrow, later between 10 and 11 p.m. A reminder, high tide also around 10 p.m. today, where we see those strong winds, so stay away from the coast.